This episode brought to you by MeepleRealty.com, your source for high-quality custom board game inserts. Meeple Realty, think inside the box. Hey everybody, welcome back to Board Online, Board Offline. I have been gone for quite a while. It's been 3 weeks plus since I filmed. Up until yesterday, it had been 3 weeks plus since I touched a board game other than to do some scripting for some rules for some how to play videos that are impending. But other than that, I haven't played any games. However, I did, back prior to that, finish filming this how to play, or not this how to play, this gameplay. So we're gonna get right back into it right now without anything else. Let's just jump right back in where we left off with Kingdom Death Monster Phoenix Level 1. All right, this will be the finale. Let's see if I can pull it off. Real quick, I also want to just show y'all in full detail here the dice tower I am using for this playthrough. This is by a company called C4 Labs. Now, they're not a sponsor. I purchased this with my own money, but I am super happy with not only the dice tower, but the customer service that I received. When I originally purchased the dice tower, there was a little chip in this end piece, and I emailed them. It was over a holiday, and they still got back to me pretty quickly and had a new end piece shipped out right away and got that to me. And I love this is my first dice tower, but I love the noise it makes. I absolutely love this clear kind of feature here where you can see the dice coming down. Now, I don't think this will be the last dice tower, but it is my first one, and I have really enjoyed having it, and it really helps for filming, obviously, as well. But I just think having this tray, just being able to get that's very satisfying. Oh, a natural 20, look at that. Man, that's wasted. That's one less 20 I'll ever roll in my life. Anyway, just wanted to point that out. C4 Labs, if you're interested in seeing more of what they have to offer, they have some cool designs. There'll be a link in the description below. Okay, so at this point, I have had to take a break from playing the game for a couple of days. We're going to pick right back up where we left off. However, in those couple of days, I realized that I have been playing one thing pretty majorly wrong. However, it's one thing wrong in my favor and one thing wrong against me in the monster's favor. So I believe it's going to be a wash. Let's take a look at Muramasa here. Okay, frail, that keyword right there means that if I hit or if I attempt to wound a super dense location, then it basically shatters and I lose the sword. No big deal there. I had that in mind the whole time. However, for whatever reason, I don't know why, I completely have ignored sharp and sentient this entire time. Now, sentient means that in order to use this weapon, my survivor using the weapon needs to be insane. And the artist is not insane right now. She actually has 0 insanity. And so she can't use Muramasa. At no point during this showdown has she been insane. So she shouldn't have been using it at all. However, on the other side, sharp means that I would add 1d10 strength to every wound attempt, which I clearly didn't do. And so I feel like, I believe that maybe 1 wound occurred using Muramasa, because the other thing is that since the artist has not had any survival for pretty much this entire fight, in fact, yeah, has not had any survival, I think the entire fight, she hasn't gotten close enough most of the time to wound the Phoenix or to attempt to wound. And I believe I may have only actually swung Muramasa once, perhaps twice. Either way, I don't believe I did a lot of damage, so we're going to call it a wash for now. Wanted to point that out to y'all, and now that we're getting back to the game here, we're going to have the Phoenix go, and then hopefully we can not have any more major rules errors like that. So my apologies. Let's get back to the game. Okay, so here we go. We've got the Phoenix coming up. Now we do need to reshuffle the AI deck, and let's go and have a look. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 AI cards left. So 8 wounds left, which means he's still got quite a bit of life left in him. And now without Muramasa on our side, I don't know, not feeling super good about this, but let's go ahead. Here we go. What's he gonna do? We've got Peck. All right, so last threat to wound in range. Last threat to wound. Okay, I am going to have to go back and take a look because, like I said, it's been a couple of days. So give me a moment and then we'll figure out who this is. So after doing a little bit of research, Wallace was the last one to actually wound the Phoenix. So here we go. So last threat to wound in range. Target gains 1 age token. That will be 1 current age token for Wallace. Which, by the way, is bad because Wallace, if anything triggers Spiral Age, Wallace will age out of existence. So we're going to have to watch out for that. Yeah, because if you gain more Hunt XP... Oh, no. You know what? Spiral Age says if you gain more Hunt XP than available Hunt XP boxes, you cease to exist. So 1 age token will put him at the max. So he'll be fine there, even though he'll retire after this fight, but he won't cease to exist until 1 more age token. Anyway, so now does he have any survival? He does have 2. So, but you know what? He can't move out of the way, so we'll have to, maybe he'll use dodge here. We'll see. Speed 2, accuracy 2 plus. There's a before damage trigger. It says destroy armor, reduce armor at this hit location to 0 before applying damage. So we have to roll first and see what happens, and then potentially the bird's going to destroy armor with its peck ability. So what to say? Okay, so speed 2. Now that's a 2 plus accuracy. Let's see. Wallace does have 1 evasion, is that right? Yeah, just 1. Okay, so 1 evasion. So 3 plus. 1 missed. All right. Oh, this is good. So we can actually dodge whatever this is. The arm. Yeah, our arm's at full armor right now, so let's definitely dodge that. So that puts Wallace down to 1 survival now. So, you know, Wallace, even though he's got those guitars, or that guitar, he may want to start using his bone dagger because with a perfect hit, he can gain +1 survival with the bone daggers. And by the way, for the move and attack portion, the Phoenix would have turned towards Wallace to face him. Okay, because that would be him moving towards him, even though he's adjacent. All right, so now, of course, we have to finish up with the basic action. So closest threat in range, we're talking about either Wallace or the artist. And Wallace, honestly, is in a better position to be able to handle whatever gets thrown his way. Well, except his head has no armor at this point. So maybe we want the artist to go to do this. My thinking is that the artist can only use Fist and Tooth right now. So she's the weakest in terms of the ability to wound the Phoenix, whereas Wallace has a number of good weapons available to him. So I'm going to have the Phoenix actually target the artist. So also the artist doesn't currently have any age tokens, so that's good. So closest threat in range, we're going to pick the artist, so the Phoenix will turn this way. All right. And then target gains 1 age token, so that's her first. And now move and attack. Again, 2 speed, 2 plus accuracy. And of course, she does have 3 evasion, which is fantastic. So that's going to be 5 plus. 1 misses. All right. And the hit is going to be the body. The body, 2 damage to the body. Yep, okay, which is all right. That's all right because she had 1 armor, so we lose the armor, and then she has a light wound to the body. Now, the one bad thing about it being her is that since she does have no survival, she's now going to take the full brunt of the Razor Wind. So survivors in the Blast Zone suffer knockback 7, bash, and bleed 1. So that's going to throw her all the way against the edge of the board, and then she'll fall down and gets 1 bleed token, which is her first bleed token, which means that right now Lecter, the artist, and Clarice each have 1 bleed token. So that ends the monster's turn, which means Clarice stands up and Lecter stands up, and okay, so who are we going to go first with? Who do I think has the best shot at doing some damage? I think we're going to let Berserk Lecter go first. Actually, just in case whatever we do causes the... Well, I don't think the Phoenix doesn't really shoot off too much, I don't believe. So I was worried about possibly getting out of range of her. But you know what? Yeah, let's go on and get Lecter. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now, like I said, he's Berserk now. So he's got +1 speed, +1 strength. He's going to use the blood paint. So that's 2 attacks with the bone axe. All right, so the first bone axe has 3 speed now. And it is 6+ accuracy. Here we go. I think that's going to be a 3. Nothing. All right, well, let's go with the second bone axe. Whoa, here we go. All right, we got a perfect hit. Does he get anything? That is a perfect hit. Doesn't do anything for him. That's fine. That's fine. We still have 3 hits here. So let's see what we've got. We've got the Feathered Back, which has displacement, which won't be terrible because, oh no, displacement is where he goes to the furthest board edge. So yeah, that wouldn't be super good. Then we have another displacement on the Glorious Chest, or Crest. Oh no, and the trap. Of course, the trap. Okay, so none of that other stuff matters. The survivors are frozen in time. All survivors are doomed. They cannot block or use fighting arts. The attacker is caught helpless. Perform basic action, target the attacker. All attack rolls hit on 2+, regardless of any modifiers. Okay, well, let's go deal with that. So, the monster turns around, attacks him. Oh, and by the way, y'all, that would have been 5+ accuracy for all those attacks. Not that it mattered, I don't think, on either one of those rolls, but because he was in the blind spot there. Anyway, just to get that rule correct. So, here we go. Basic action. Closest threat in range, which obviously it doesn't matter going after him. He gets 1 age token. That puts him at, that's actually his first one right now too, so he's at 1. Move and attack. Here we go. All right, 2 speed, 2+ accuracy. He has 1 evasion, so 3+. Both of them are hits. Remember, we cannot use any sort of... Actually, he's out of survival anyway, so it doesn't matter. Oh, they're both chest shots. So the first one, was it as 2 damage? The first one results in a heavy wound, which means the second one is going to be a critical wound. Or severe injury, I should say. Severe injury. A 5. All right, here we go. 5, destroyed back. A sharp cracking noise. Suffer -2 permanent movement. You can no longer activate any gear that has +2 strength. This injury is permanent and can be recorded once. Gain 1 bleeding token. The Phoenix just snapped Lecter's back. So that means Lecter is down to 3 movement. And all of his weapons are more are 2 or more strength. He has the bone darts, 2 bone axes. So he's gonna be just fisted to this point, and he can barely move. He can only move 3 spaces now. That is absolutely brutal. So let's reshuffle the hit location deck. That does not bode well for us, y'all. But okay, so here we go. We're gonna have Wallace. Wallace is gonna see Lecter go down, and he is gonna charge in to the blind spot as well and attack. We're going to go with the, you know what? We're going to keep going with the Qatar for now. We still do have 1 survival left, so we're going to go ahead and just keep attacking with the Qatar. So it has 3 speed with 7+ accuracy. Oh, nothing. Okay, all right, so he's down, he's gone. That's his turn, which only leaves Clarice left. 4, 5, 6, 8. And the problem is she has no way of getting closer. Because she can't use the cat got both. She moves. So best thing she can do is just go ahead and go, I think, get out of the way. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that was an absolutely atrocious survivor turn. So now let's go with the Phoenix, and we have Haze. It's a mood. Lantern lights trail in the darkness. Everything slows and thoughts are clear. Each age token gains the following effects while Haze is in play: -1 movement, -1 speed. So movement from dash, yeah. So this is what we had out before. Movement from dash and surge, and activations from surge are not affected, but basically we're slowing down now. Now, granted, most of my guys are close enough right now to where it might not matter. Let's see what happens with the basic action here. Target closest threat in range. Well, you know what? We're going to turn around. We are going to target Wallace because he can at least dash out of the way of the Razor Wind after this attack. Now he's going to, but then he is going to gain. You know what? No. That's actually a bad idea because you know what? Lecter's already knocked down. He's also crippled at this point. The Razor Wind can't knock you down again, so it's going to blow him away, but then he'll stand up at the end of the turn anyway. So that way Wallace can maintain his survival, and on top of that, Wallace does not gain another age token because one more age token means that as soon as Spiral Age triggers, Wallace is going to vanish. Okay, this is the right play, so I hope. So Lecter's getting an age token. He has 2 now. And then we're going to go with move and attack. So here we go. I'm fairly certain that even when you're knocked down, your evasion bonuses still count. You just can't use survival for anything other than dodge. Doesn't matter as far as that goes. He has no survival. So he has 3 evasion, which means 5+ for the accuracy. They both miss. They both miss. Okay, good. Man, I'm really glad I moved her out of the way so that we could make this work right here. Okay, so Razor Wind. Survivors in the Blast Zone suffer knockback 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right to the board edge. And bash, and then bleed 1. That will be Lecter's 2nd bleed token. So as far as monster turns go, not so bad. Let's go back to survivors. Who do we want to have move first? I say while our man's back there in the blind spot, let's go on and have him attack. The question is, do we have Wallace try to generate some survival like we said with that bone dagger? It's 4 speed. The problem is the strength is low on it. But we do have our strength bonus. No, you know what? Let's go ahead and keep working at this Phoenix with the Qatar. Actually, before we do anything, though, we can't forget the artist stands up. And you know what? I think maybe because right now she can only use Fist and Tooth, maybe we should go ahead and use her Rawhide Headband to check what 2 AI cards are coming up. So we'll have, this is going to be her turn first, actually. And we're going to check the 2 AI cards. We have Unspoken and we have Wing Punch. Hold on, let's zoom out a little bit. All right, Wing Punch is that basic one that is brutal though with the 4 damage. Okay, and then knockback 7 and bash, and an age token. Meanwhile, Unspoken. Oh, that's right. This is the thing that happened to the artist at the beginning. So, gain +2 understanding of race survivor's name, remove all age tokens, lose all survival. You know, honestly, this might not be so bad considering that everybody has lost survival at this point. So I'm going to make Wing Punch go to the top of the deck in hopes that we can get rid of it because that's a pretty brutal attack for a basic attack. So, okay. So that was the artist back there using the Rawhide Headband, and now I think we'll have her go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, maybe she can get up to the tree and gather some stuff from the tree while we're in the area here. Okay, so that was her turn. So now we'll do Wallace. And like I said before, he's going to attack with the guitar in the blind spot. So we've got 3 speed, and because he's in the blind spot, the guitar actually is 6+ instead of 7+. Okay, 2 hits. Great, great. 2 hits. We've got the feathered back with displacement, and and the tail feather's impervious. The molting, we're definitely going to go with this first. There's no reaction. So the molting feathers fly through the air. Do a critical wound, we'll gain 1 tail feather Phoenix resource and 1 small feather Phoenix resource. All right. So Karen, does he have they're deadly. The guitar is deadly, so a 9 or better will give us a critical. Yo, yes! Critical wound. Okay, let's check these out. Oh, and before we forget, that does... Oh, wait. No, it's impervious. It's impervious. So we actually... Nothing happens here. We don't get rid of that. So here are the tail feathers. Lighter than air. It counts as hide. And the small feathers. Soft interior with razor-sharp edges. Okay, at least we're getting some resources as long as we can get out of here with our lives. All right, so there was that one. Now for the feathered back. All right, so it's got displacement. It also has critical. Remember, a 9 will give us a critical wound. But as far as just regular wounding, we have 5, 3, 4, 5, 6 strength. So a 4 or higher is a wound. Oh, okay, well, at least displacement didn't happen, but that means that really terrible AI card is still at the top there. We need somebody to take that thing out, and obviously our man Lecter is not going to do it, so we only have 1 person left. Let's see if she can get it done. Okay, so she has a catgut bow. She could attack him right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 with a catgut bow. However, she also has the counterweight axe, which she can get right here. It has reach 2, and the stats for it are definitely better than... It has the same speed, but then better accuracy and better strength. So we're definitely going to move in to here and attack with the counterweight axe. 6+, yes, 6+ accuracy. A perfect hit here does actually help us out, so let's see what happens. We got 1 hit. Okay, all right. The glorious armpit. All right, it does have a failure reaction, hopefully. It looks like, let's see what this critical wound, that could be good. I don't like reading them until they actually happen. I like keeping all that a surprise. So here we go. Now, does she have any luck? No luck over here, but 4 strength, 4 strength. So we're going to need to get a 6. Oh my, you gotta be kidding me. Dude, this is just not working out. This is so bad. Now someone's about to get absolutely wrecked here in a second. So let's see what happens. Oh wait, there's a failure. There, I forgot, failure reaction, basic action, target the attacker. Here we go. All right, so Phoenix is just gonna slide right over. That gets him in contact with her. And the basic action, of course, first she's gonna gain an age token. That gives her 2 age tokens now. All right, and speed 2. Now, she does have 2 evasion, so 4+ on the accuracy here. And they both hit. This is not looking good, y'all. Oh, 2 body shots. The first one is a heavy injury, knocking her down. The second one, of course, is going to be the severe injury. 7 might not be so terrible. 7 is a ruptured spleen, a vicious body blow. Skip the next hunt, gain 2 bleeding tokens. Whoa! That puts her at 3 bleeding tokens. We may need to have the artist come over and tend to her wounds with the bandages. And like I said, we have to mark that she's going to skip the next hunt. But all in all, not awful if we can take care of that bleeding. All right, so, I mean, here we go. Here we go. Wing punch. Pick target. Random survivor. So Lecter is down here. He'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in the back there. 6, that means Wallace, our one guy who's actually got some firepower behind him right now. Wallace gains an age token, which is really bad, especially since the only way we can get it is by rolling a d10 underneath our insanity, and his insanity is 1, so we can't even get rid of it. So target gains an age token. Target is doomed. Materialize and attack. Wait, okay, hold on. All right. So target is the age token. There's a flow there. So target is doomed. Now, if target is doomed after the flow underneath the age token. So if he materializes, just as a reminder, materialize means remove the monster from the showdown board and place it adjacent to the target. It must be placed so its base covers as many other survivors as possible. They suffer collision. What that means is that the Phoenix is going to disappear from here and show up on top of the artist, which is going to cause collision there, cause her some damage. On the other hand, but you know what? You know what, though? We're going to want to save his 1 survival to dodge this attack. While I was thinking Wallace could dash to get away so that the artist didn't suffer that collision, but I think instead we need to try to protect Wallace from what's going to happen with the wing punch. All right, so materialize is going to happen. We'll say like this, which is going to knock the artist up here and knock down. Collision causes 1 damage, or I should say damage equal to the monster level. So let's go in and deal with that. So to the arms. Actually, upon rereading the glossary here in the back of the book, collision apparently doesn't cause damage, just knockdown. I do think that because the monster ended its movement, I mean, I don't know if that's technically movement, but I'm going to say that the survivor does suffer knockback 5, which would put it into the side of the board there. And then, of course, we finish off wing punch. We've got target is doomed, materialize and attack target. We did that already. All right, so 1 speed, 2+ accuracy, 4 damage. Here we go. Now, of course, with Wallace, he has 1 evasion. So we're looking at 3+ accuracy. Oh, and it missed! It missed! Which means after damage doesn't occur, we're good to go. All right, now not totally good to go because now, of course, basic action is going to happen. And Wallace is absolutely the closest threat in range, so it's going to happen to him. He's getting another age token. He's at 3. Really is just piling on at this point. Doesn't matter because as soon as Spiral Age occurs, he's dead. Regardless, and I know there is at least 1 Spiral Age card in the AI deck, I'm pretty sure. So regardless, now 2 speed with 3+ accuracy because of his evasion. They both hit. All right, now let's see where they're going to hit him because he does still have a decent amount of armor on certain parts of his body. The head and body. All right, the body has 3 armor, so we'll take that one. That's going to do 2 damage and leave him with 1 armor there. We're going to use his final survival, though, to dodge that headshot because that would result in a severe injury. Okay, so now Lecter stands up. Not that he can do much this far away, as slow as he is now. And Clarice stands up. The artist, of course, will not stand up over on the other side of the board there because she got knocked down during the monster's turn that go around. She'll stand up next turn. So I think what we need to do is before anything else happens, we need to go ahead and have Wallace attack. And I think we'll move him around 1, 2, 3. We'll put him here. That way, you know, start making his way towards the blind spot. He's not going to make it this turn, but at least he's not going straight into the front there. Kind of helps with the razor wind situation that I completely forgot about at the end of that last thing. So actually Wallace can't because you know where Wallace would be right now? Wallace took razor wind at the end of that basic action. So Wallace 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Knocked down. Way over there. And a bleed token puts him at, that's his first bleed token though, so not worried about that too much. But him being out of this particular fight is going to be, this particular round is going to be a problem. That's unfortunate. Essentially, we just have Clarice is the only one who's going to be able to actually attack this thing this turn. So let's go ahead and get her in there then. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, right there. Reach 2. We're going 2 speed, 6+ accuracy. Let's see if the counterweight axe can get the job done. Nothing. Wow, y'all. I am just striking out. And finally, poor little Lecter down here. 1, 2, 3. And remember, he's berserk, so even if he had something else that could help, he really couldn't use it. His only other power is extra sense, where he can dodge 2 times per round, but that's irrelevant. So that's his move. So let's see what Phoenix has in store for us. Again, unspoken, like we said. The Phoenix unspeaks a name. The survivor with the most age tokens suffers unspeak, which is going to be Wallace. Roll 1d10 to subtract the survivor's current age tokens from the result. If the result is equal to or greater than their understanding, they suffer lost name. So Wallace's understanding is 1. He has 3 age tokens. That's obviously equal to or greater than 1. 9 minus 3 is 6. So gain +2 understanding, erase the survivor's name, remove all age tokens. Not terrible then. Lose all survival, but he has none now. Also, that's going to prevent us from needing to decide whether we use the daggers or the Qatar. At this point, it's going to be Qatar all the way. Yeah, so until they're renamed, they cannot regain survival. All right, so Wallace is now our second artist, but he did gain +2 understanding. And now with that +2 understanding, he has hit the insight milestone, so we need to do that for him. All right, so insight, of course, like it happened with the artist earlier. Was it the artist? Yeah, artist who gained analyze at the start of the survivor's turn. If you are adjacent to the monster, reveal the top AI card, then place it back on top of the deck. And then we need to roll a d10. A 1. Ignore the next severe injury this showdown. All right, and to finish off his turn, the Phoenix is going to use the basic action against, let's see, let's have him go here and turn this way. Well, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's really not going to matter. It really won't matter if Wallace suffers 1 more knockback. However, if we let, it would matter if Lecter down here got hit, because it's going to push him back, and we know how slow he is. So I think we'll actually have the Phoenix come down here and attack Clarice this direction. All right, so she has 2 evasion, 4+. Woo, they both hit. Not good. Body and legs. That'll be another severe injury to her body and a severe injury to her legs. Let's roll the body shot first. Oh. A 3, that is probably not very good. Bleeding, gain 2 bleeding tokens. She is dead. That puts her at 5 bleeding tokens. And with that, y'all, I feel like this is definitely going to be the primary turning point of the game. Clarice, you will be finally remembered. Fairly certain her death is going to mark the end, because she and Wallace are really my only 2 guys that are worthwhile for dealing damage at the moment. And then let's not forget about Razor Wind. It's going to push Wallace 1 more space and give him a 2nd bleed token. Now that, of course, is the end of the monster turn, so Wallace stands up and the artist stands up. And here we go. All right, so The artist is going to come in 1, 2, 3 and attack Fist and Tooth. What else can she do? Real quick. Actually, I forgot Hayes is in play. The artist is going to back up real quick. All right. Now, Hayes is in play. Lecter has 2 age tokens, which means he really should not. He should have moved 2 less spaces. So he's going to be right there right now. I think that maybe that last turn, I'm not sure whether or not Clarice could have made it, but either way, she paid for it if I cheated there by accident. The way we're going to start this turn is we're going to have our new artist, the artist formerly known as Wallace, use the Whisker Harp to try to get rid of the Hayes mood. So the Hayes mood is the one that's causing us problems. In order to get rid of it, we'll have to roll a 6+. Nice. Okay. So Hayes goes back in the discard pile. And Wallace has 6 movement because of his armor set. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now we'll have the artist formerly known as Charlize go 1, 2, 3 and attack Fist and Tooth. So Fist and Tooth is going to be 2 speed. And yes, 2 speed with 8 accuracy. 1 hit. We've got the Glorious Handed Feet. All right. Now, this is a deadly shot, so 9+ will be a critical. Oh, we got a critical. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Gain 1 random Phoenix resource. We got the Wishbone, a delicate bone with a strange aura. Okay, and then what else happens here? Oh, you know what? Let's make sure we don't forget to get rid of the AI card. Okay. So we got the random Phoenix resource. You smash apart the monster's foot. In triumph, you may spend 1 survival to howl and encourage all knockdown survivors. Well, unfortunately, she, of course, has no survival, so that's not going to happen. But we did get that critical wound, which is pretty fantastic. And that just leaves Lecter down here. 1, 2, 3. All right, so what's the Phoenix got for us now? Bored, another mood card. While Bored is in play, the Phoenix gains -2 toughness tokens. That's always good. Instead of drawing the A card, do Spiral Cyclone. All right, Spiral Cyclone, if you remember, survivors in the Eye of the Storm gain +1 insanity and +1 survival. All other survivors suffer damage equal to the monster's level, knockback 7, and bash. Lecter is never going to get to him again. All right, but that won't happen until the next turn. So we got a shot of getting into the Eye of the Storm. Lecter doesn't, but the other two can. The 2 artists, one of them's already in the Eye of the Storm. The other one can hopefully, I think, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not quite. Oh no, he has 6 movements. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He can get there. All right, but we're getting ahead of ourselves because first we need to do the basic action to finish this off. So closest threat in range, of course, is going to be her, the artist formerly known as Charlize. She gains an age token. She's now at 3 age tokens. And now after that, oh wait, by the way, forgot. What do we just have here? Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm thinking this hasn't happened yet. So nobody got the insanity. Nobody got that insanity. So that's getting ahead of myself again. All right, so like I said, gain the age token, move and attack. Doesn't need to move, but we're going to attack now. So it is going to be 2 speed. She has, that's right, 3 evasion, so 5+ accuracy. 1 miss, 1 hit. Okay. The waist. Oh, not good, not good. And oh, but okay, this is good. She ignores the next severe injury. So you know what? I'm curious. I want to see what the severe injury would be. But she's not going to take it because of when she hit the insight milestone earlier during the showdown. Oh, it would have been a 3. It would have been a 3 to the waist, which would have been bleeding kidneys, gain 2 bleed tokens. That would put her at 3. So fortunately, we're good there. Okay, so that was the monster's turn. So we're doing okay. Now, let's see. I think I will have Wallace go first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now remember, the monster currently has -2 toughness because of bored. All right. So the monster's toughness is at 8 right now instead of the normal 10. Wait. I always, or not always, but I've been forgetting this the last couple of times. That basic action, the Razor Wind, through her back, knocked her down and gave her a bleed token. So she now has 2 bleed tokens. She may need to use bandages on herself. Okay, so back to where we were. The artist formerly known as Wallace moves in here, is going to attack right there, and unfortunately he is in the eye of the storm, so that's good. And he's going to attack with the Qatar. The Qatar is going to have 3 speed because of his bonus, and 7+ accuracy. Make sure not to forget anything before we throw this down. All right, 7+ accuracy. Perfect hit, which I don't believe does anything. No, it doesn't do anything for us. Wait, yes it does. On a perfect hit, because he has the crazed fighting art, he gains +1 insanity. So he's at 2 insanity now. That's good. Now, of course, the other 2 rolls don't do anything for us, but we do get the one hit at the glorious head. It's going to be a rewind, so we have to get a critical wound for it to do anything. Let's see. Critical wound for this is it's deadly, so +1 luck, so we need a 9 or better. So it is a wound, but of course the wound causes rewind. Place the survivor 5 spaces away from the monster. Oh, and that's terrible because now he's not going to be in the eye of the storm. Oh, so bad. Okay, well, so he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so Electra's turn. 1, 2, 3. And then we have the tree here, which that's the only thing Electra can do useful, so we might as well. This is once per showdown per survivor. An 8. Find a decorative scrap. Gain 1 broken lantern basic resource. So there we have it. That's some scrap remains of an extinguished lantern. Okay, so now board activates. Instead of drawing AI, Spiral Cyclone instead. Survivors in the Eye of Storm, we don't have any of those. So all other survivors suffer damage equal to the monster's level, knockback 7, and bash. And then Spiral Cyclone will be discarded. Oh, and then, oh, cool, show it. And then perform Disdain. All right, so here we go. Everybody suffers monster's level worth of damage first. So let's do that for each person. So let's go with the artist formerly known as Charlize first. 1 damage to her waist, which this is going to be a severe injury. A 6. Destroyed genitals. You cannot be nominated for intimacy story event. The injury is permanent and can be recorded once. You gain a random disorder. You are knocked down. Gazing upwards, you wonder at the futility of your struggle. Gain +3 insanity and 1 bleeding token. Ooh, she has 3 bleeding tokens now. All right, so destroyed genitals, +3 insanity, makes her insane, which means that Muramasa is now active again if she can just get up and get in there. Oh, that's amazing. Now, of course, she has the 3 bleeding tokens, which are really bad. And she's the one with the bandages, too. Whew. Okay, but she also gains 1 random disorder. Apathetic. You've given up. Nothing seems to matter. This is about right with this kind of injury. You have no concern for your own well-being. You cannot use or gain survival. You cannot gain courage. Cure this disorder if you have 8+ understanding. All right, well, she has 3 understanding, so she's on her way there. But okay, so that particular that particular injury may have worked out for us since Muramasa will be activated now. I just think about that. Basically, she got so ticked off at what just happened. She's both simultaneously apathetic and so enraged and crazy that she can now use the sentient sword. So we'll see what happens here. All right. Next up is the artist formerly known as Wallace. 1 wound to the waist again. Fortunately, he has armor there, so he's down to 2 armor. And then Lecter, 1 to the body, which for Lecter will be a severe injury. All right, here we go. A 6 to the body. Disemboweled. Your movement is reduced to 1 until the showdown ends. Gain 1. So he's got a destroyed back and disemboweled. Gain 1 bleeding token. Skip the next hunt. If you suffer disemboweled during a showdown, at least 1 other survivor must live to the end of the showdown to carry you back to the settlement. Otherwise, at the end of the showdown, you are lost dead. So his movement is now 1, and he has an additional bleeding token. That puts him at 3 bleeding tokens as well. So all of that was a result of just the first part of Spiral Cyclone. So now, where are we at? Now, all of the survivors suffer damage equal to the monster's level. Now, knockback 7. Let's see. I guess he could go either way. We'll send him this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And he's knocked down. So y'all can't see him, but he's on the very edge of the board down here. There's poor Lecter. And now up here for the other 2. 1, 2, 3 knocked down. And she's already knocked down, so at least she'll be able to get up. And then finally, we discard this and perform Disdain. So, as a reminder, place the Phoenix at the center of the Nightmare Tree. It emits a hissing moan. All non-deaf survivors suffer brain damage equal to the monster's level, and then perform Spiral Age. Ah, that's terrible. So Muramasa is no longer active because the artist formerly known as Charlize, is now down to 2 insanity. Lecter is down to 2 insanity. And Wallace is down to 1 insanity. Spiral Age occurs now, which means Clarice... Oh no, Clarice is dead. Never mind, that doesn't matter. On the other hand, however, the artist formerly known as Charlize gains 4 Hunt XP. So she's crossed a milestone. And Lecter gains 8 Hunt XP, which means he is maxed out now. And he's got 2 events that have to occur. He's got 2 events, and the artist formerly known as Charlize has 1. All right, so first we'll do Charlize. She's rolling on the improved reflexes table. That is 9. She's going to gain +1 permanent strength. Okay, that's not bad. I'll take it. That puts her at 3 permanent strength right now. And now for Lecter, he's first going to roll on the enhanced senses. That's 14. 1 random fighting art, which really isn't going to do him much good right now because since he's berserked, he can't use this, but he got Monster Claw style. Your fist and tooth attacks gain +1 accuracy, +1 strength, and savage. And then he gets the Lucky Elder event as well. 16. Gain +1 permanent speed. So let's see. There we go. Okay, well, if he could ever get close enough to actually use his weapons, that'd be great. But since he's both disemboweled and has a broken back, that seems unlikely. Now, fortunately, and I think I didn't do this the last time. Remember, I'm learning the Phoenix right here in front of you. It says there, in the Phoenix's turn. I think last time I went ahead and did the basic action after all that, but as you can see, that is plenty. So that ends the Phoenix's turn. The artist formerly known as Charlize stands up, and she is by herself against this thing. She's not even going to be able to get close enough to do anything. Let's see. So she's definitely going to use the bandages to remove 2 bleeding tokens from herself. And then she's going to move out of at least the kill zone here, though. The Phoenix is probably coming after her anyway. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, and we've got Anatorium. No one's in the blind spot, so nothing happens. Okay, all right. So, but then we still do have, of course, the basic action, which is going to send her sprawling here in a second. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, and don't forget, I'm getting ahead of myself here. Don't forget the target gains 1 age token, so that's her only one now. Okay, and then 2 attack. She has 3 evasion, so 5+ accuracy. Doesn't matter which one that would have been. It would have gotten her either way. All right, so 2 hits. Body and legs. The legs are protected. The body is not. So legs have 0 armor now. The body is a heavy wound plus a severe injury. 9. Okay, usually high numbers are better for us. Collapsed lung, I mean, you know, it's good comparatively speaking, I guess. You can't catch a breath. Gain -1 movement token and gain 1 bleeding token. That puts her back up to 2 bleeding tokens. And -1 movement means she can only move 4 now. And of course, she got knocked down from all that. Not that it matters, because then Razor Wind would knock her down anyway. Throws her against the side of the board there. And gives her a bleeding token. So those 2 bleeding tokens she just healed from herself have come back, but it's a good thing she did heal them, because otherwise she'd be dead right now. And then this worthless piece of crap stands up, and this guy over here stands up. So Lecter, jeez, moves his 1 space, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's all either one of them can do. All right, so we got to shuffle the AI cards. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We only have done 1 wound since the last time we reshuffled this. That's really not good. All right, so we have Unspoken again. So who has the most age tokens? Hey, she already has been unspoken. Well, first let's roll the die real quick. It doesn't say that it has to be somebody who hasn't suffered unspoken before, so I'm assuming that Charlize can suffer it again. A 9 -1 is 8, and that's definitely equal to or greater than her understanding, because her understanding is 3. So now I think she gains 2 understanding. Erase the survivor's name. Well, see, but she already has... I don't feel like it makes sense to gain +2 understanding when I'm not actually losing anything. So I'm going to go with the rule of death here and just say that I don't get that benefit, and that basically nothing happens because she already has been unnamed. I don't know. I'd be interested to hear what other people have to say about that. But if that's the case, does that mean that I would have to go with Lecter, that Lecter would have to take this hit? All right, I tell you what, I'm not sure exactly what to do here, so I'm not going to take that age token off of her. I'm also not going to go after anybody else with it. We're just going to put this to the side. We're going to say that nothing happens there because she has the most age tokens, but she's also already been unnamed. Okay, and then of course we come to our basic action. Closest threat is going to be Wallace. 1, 2, 3, 4. And Wallace gains an age token. Technically, he gained that age token before the Phoenix moved. He has 1 evasion, so 3+. They both hit. Leg and waist. The legs now have 0 armor, and the waist also now has 0 armor, but still no injuries. And then Razor Wind. 3, 4, 5, knock him down, give him a bleed token, which makes 3 bleed tokens for him. Stand up. Not that she's really going to be able to do anything. Maybe what she can do is, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, she can't get close enough to hit him. So instead, if she goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then uses her double dash to again go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we can start drawing the Phoenix down this way maybe so that we can get close enough for Lecter to actually be a contributing member of this team. Meanwhile, Lecter will go boop right there. And that's it. That's back to the Phoenix turn again. Oh, and we've got Wing Punch. Random Survivor. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, come on. I mean, I guess the goal was to draw the Phoenix down, so he's going to target Charlize over here, the artist formerly known as Charlize. She gets an age token, puts her at 2, so that'll max her out if she ages. It's going to turn. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right there. Oh no, it doesn't move, it materializes. So actually it would go, I mean, it'd go right where it's at. I guess I can't really have it materialized anywhere. So let's do this. Because it's supposed to materialize on top of as many survivors as possible. It can't materialize on top of any of them. So that looks like a good spot to me. All right, it's only got 1 speed and 5+ accuracy because of her evasion. It misses. Nice. And that has an after damage, but there is no damage, so we're good to go on that. Okay, but now the basic action. And she, of course, is the closest. Because this guy down here is 2 spaces away, she's adjacent. So she's going to take this hit again. She gains another age token. So now she'll definitely die if Spiral Age gets triggered. All right, 2 speed, 5+ accuracy. 1 hits. It's to the waist. Oh boy, that's going to be another severe injury. Here we go. 1. Oh, she's dead. Pretty sure severe injuries of 1 are always dead. Final breath. With your last gasp, you utter final words of bravery. Adjacent survivors gain +1 survival. You are dead. Well, Lecter gains 1 survival. I don't believe he can use it because he's currently berserking. But at least he'll have it, I guess, for future stuff. So she's dead. I feel a TPK coming on, y'all. And that is the end of the Phoenix turn, which means the good old artist up here can stand up, and he might as well just go ahead and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a good spot as any. And then we'll have Lecter come in right here in the blind spot, so that's good. Lecter's finally going to get to use his bone axes again. Oh, no, he can't use his bone axes because he has the destroyed back. So all he can do is fist and tooth, though he does have +1 speed because he's still berserking despite, you know, being broken. So +1 speed, 8+ accuracy. Got 1 hit. All right. Glorious Wing Claws. All right, well, hopefully we get a critical wound. That'd be great. Critical wound would be fantastic, which it is fist and tooth, so a 9+ for the critical. Nothing. Now, was it enough for a wound, though? He has +1 strength, so no. On the bright side, the wound effect doesn't take place. So the worst thing, without a doubt, about losing survivors is that now the monster's turn starts happening much more frequently without me being able to do much. And we've got haze again. So, you know, as far as actions by the monster go, not the worst thing in the world. Of course, now he's going to do his basic action and target our poor disabled Lecter over here. So Lecter's going to gain an age token, puts him at 1. He has 1 evasion, so 3+. They're both hits. This might be the end of Lecter right here, y'all. Waist and head. Head. Okay, he did have 1 armor on his head, so fortunately that it's a heavy injury, but not a severe injury. And then what was the other one? Waist. That is a severe injury. A 5. Warped pelvis. Your pelvis is disfigured. Suffer -1 permanent luck. This injury is permanent and can be recorded multiple times. Gain 1 bleeding token. So that puts him at 4 bleeding tokens and -1 luck. He, of course, is knocked back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Knocked down. Oh, and that's another bleeding token. He's dead. Lecter finally got put out of his misery. So that leaves us with just Wallace. Oh boy, Wallace. I don't think there's anything you can do to stop the inevitable now, buddy. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, might as well go after the tree, right? 2 on the tree. Snagged a thorn filled with angry ants, suffer 1 arm damage, and gain 1 lonely ant vermin resource. So he actually hasn't had any arm damage this entire fight, so he's down to 2 armor on the arm. And just so y'all can see what the ant resource looks like, consume, archive this to swap your insanity and survival values. Well, that would not... Actually, that would help. We are going to consume the ant because we have 1 insanity and no survival. So what I love about that thematically is that basically you've got this guy who's just seen his friends ripped to shreds by this phoenix. He's got no chance in hell basically left. And he just reaches his arm into this tree, sees an ant, and is like, what the heck, might as well eat that. And it gives him just a little boost to maybe survive a little bit longer. All right, so that was his turn. Here we go with the phoenix. Another mood, bored. Okay. Oh, okay. So, all right. Oh, by the way, Wallace, sorry, he has 1 H token, and Haze is in play, which means he actually would be here. All right. So bored again, -2 toughness. So could be a chance for us here. But now the basic action occurs. So the Phoenix is going to turn. Well, first he gets an Age token, and then the Phoenix will turn towards him. Slide over 1, come up to him. 2 attack. He has 1 evasion. So this one hits, that one doesn't, which means we could maybe dodge this if we need to. Arm. We're going to take that. We're going to take that. We still have 1 survival, so that's good. Oh, we don't. No, what am I talking about? He has been nameless. He can't have a survival. So forget all that. It wouldn't have mattered anyway. So he still has 1 insanity. We still have that ant in our possession. And no survival because he has been unnamed and he can't use or gain survival. And what that means is that he is going to, in fact, get blown away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Knocked down. Bleed token. Puts him at 4 bleeding tokens. I think actually now at this point, since we can't use that survival, I think it pretty much we're going to die. There's absolutely positively no chance that we could do anything here. But let's play the game out anyway. So I mean, what that means is that he would be there, knocked down. On his turn, nothing happens. So then it comes back to the Phoenix. And this time the Phoenix... Oh, no, he doesn't pull an AI card because instead he would use Board, which is going to do the Cyclone, which is going to result... Come on, focus. Focus. What's happening here? Come on. There we go. All right. So, knockback 7, bash. and then Disdain, which Disdain is going to trigger Spiral Age, which is going to, sorry about that, I don't know what's happening with my focus here, which is going to age him completely out of existence. And you can see here that he simply ceases to exist. All right, so own defeat, roll 1d10. Oh, okay. On a result of 6+, a random survivor that died during the showdown finds themselves back at the settlement. They have a new lifetime, but lose all their courage and understanding and must select a new name. That's interesting. So I get, oh, okay, I guess that just, anything else they had. Oh, okay. All right, so like if they had other stats, they would keep those. All right, we'll see what happens. Ooh, okay, all right. So here's what we'll do. We're going to go Clarice 1-2, Charlize 3-4, Lecter 5-6, and Wallace 7-8. Okay, got to go again. Wallace shows back up at the settlement. So that went downhill pretty poorly. Another full total party kill. It's 3 in a row. I think this settlement probably is done, but I am going to take it to the end, right to the very end. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep plugging along. We'll see if I give you any more gameplay videos from this particular campaign. We'll see. I want to try to get you a gameplay video of each of the different, you know, the various nemesises, whatever the plural is of that, as well as some of the other. I gave you the Screaming Antelope already and the Phoenix, but maybe a level 2 White Lion or maybe a level 2 Screaming Antelope or Phoenix. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what we can get. Certainly the Butcher would be nice. The Kingsman, that guy, wow, he was rough. So anyway, thank you for hanging in there. I know, like I said, I've been going for quite a while. I'm back now. We're going to get back to our regular schedule here, I think. And what can I say? Until next time, if you're bored online, bored offline.